My name's Jarrett Ciesielski, and today I chose to talk about a concrete mix for my topic. I chose concrete because I think it plays a bigger aspect in our lives than people realize. Concrete's made, roads are made out of concrete, building foundations are made out of concrete, things like sidewalks, parking lots, all that. So I decided to talk about that because I think more people should know about it. And then I'll start off bringing up some key terms I think I'll say frequently throughout the speech. The first term is forms. Forms are pretty much a stencil or a mold from what you want to try and build. You just put them on the perimeter, and then the concrete fills the inside of them. Then there's aggregate. In aggregate, there's two kinds. There's coarse aggregate and fine aggregate. Fine aggregate is smaller, tends to be more fine, just pebbles and stuff. Then the coarse aggregate is like rock size gravel, just pretty similar to gravel. My third term is workability, and workability is like how easy the concrete is to work with in the field. Like if you have too wet or too dry concrete, it's going to be hard to finish, and if it's dry, it's going to be hard to spread out and everything. And then I have admixtures. Admixtures are used to try and increase the quality of the concrete, the finished product. And then now I'll start talking about some of the ingredients to a concrete mix. There's four ingredients. It's water, sand, coarse, and fine aggregate. Coarse and fine aggregate take up the majority of the mix. And then the Portland cement is like a kind of a glue once it reacts with the water. So the Portland cement kind of binds everything, solidifies all the aggregate together, and then once you finish it, it's pretty much how you get a road. So now the stages of concrete, there's pretty much three stages: plastic, curing, and hardened. The plastic stage is when it's still wet, it's in the field, just came out of the truck, you got to spread it out, and you got to finish it. The curing process is when the concrete gains all of its strength, and that is based off of a 20-day span. So you finish the concrete, let it sit for 28 days, and then after the 28 days you can do a strength test on it. And then the hardened stage is pretty much the finished product. It's just when it's done. And I got this off of the Britannica website. And now I'll talk about some admixtures. There's quite a few admixtures, but there's four that are primarily used. The first admixture is air entraining admixture, and that's pretty much used in every concrete. Air admixtures kind of increase workability, but you don't have to add as much water. The more water you add to concrete, the weaker it gets, so air entraining admixtures kind of trap air bubbles inside the mix that act as a lubricant, so it's still workable, but it still retains strength because there's not as much water in it. Retarding admixtures reduce the setting time. So if it's like a very hot day in the summer or something, you use retarding admixtures so it wouldn't solidify as quick. And then kind of the opposite of the retarding admixture is an accelerating one. This is when you want to use in like the winter or when it's really cold out. When it's cold out, you use one of the accelerating admixture, and it kind of speeds up the setting time. Then the last admixture I chose was a pigment one, and that's just kind of how you color the concrete. And say you can normally you just use white pigment or something, but you can choose other colors like green or yellow if you want to. And I got these admixtures off of the University of Illinois website. These are the basic components of concrete, and I hope you learned something.